Hi there, I'm Kathy Straub.
Hi, and I'm Molly Smith.
And we're both coaches on the Safeco's both Marketer Development and Customers for Life program. And we're here today to answer your questions about Safeco's new program, the Marketer Development Program, and how hiring a marketer can help your agency grow. So now Molly and I are not the only members on this team. There's some other folks that you've met over time: Nick Andrews, Stacy Cooper, Shannon Chapman, Mike Donich. All of these folks have been instrumental in building this program that we are excited to bring to you this year. So I think we're just going to start out. We've got a couple questions that have already come in, so we're just going to start this out with these questions. But feel free, type in the chat feature. We will be monitoring questions as they come through. So feel free, jump in with any questions you may have. We're happy to answer them. But to kick things off, I think we'll go ahead and get started talking about the program. Molly, you actually have a great background. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and sort of what led to us building this awesome program for our agents.
Yeah. So Kathy introduced me as a marketing coach on both the Customers for Life team and the Marketer Development team. Many of you out there have seen me at workshops, helping build welcome kits, newsletters, things like that. But prior to coming to Safeco, I actually worked in an agency in Spokane, Washington for over 20 years. 14 of those years I was spent as an agency principal. So I know what life is like in an agency and what the priorities are and how marketing can really be beneficial in an agency as well.
Can everybody hear us okay? We're getting a couple people that say that they can't hear us. Is there anybody else that can? We're wondering if it might be a technical issue from our end or...
Perfect, okay. We'll hang tight then and see if we can get audio
sound
fixed. Yep.
Thanks for telling us, David. Can anybody else hear us? Okay. We got a couple people that say it sounds fine, so maybe David, this video will also be up, just to remind you guys afterwards. So.
Oh, that's right. We are recording, so yes, we will post this afterwards. So if you miss part of this or can't hear us, so be sure to check back in. Okay, perfect. All right. Thanks, ladies. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep going. Okay. Yeah. So you were a principal in your agency. So why don't you tell us how did marketing work? I mean, who did the marketing? How did it happen? How did that magic happen within your agency?
Yeah. For a long time, there was no magic because in the agency we were all doing our thing. We were writing business. We were servicing our clients. We were running the day in, day out of the agency, and marketing really took a side role in that because it was like, who had the time to do that? Right. There did come a time where, we were not growing, but we needed to grow. And so somebody needed to step into that role. And that was something that excited me. I loved it. So I actually did step into that marketing role and we started rocking and rolling there. But there was some changes that needed to be made in the agency. I had to dedicate that time. But what happened to all of the other work that I normally did? I had to hire somebody to help me with that. So it freed up my time. So maybe similar in your agency, there is not enough time right now. Hiring a marketer is where, whether it's part-time, full-time, that can really help implement marketing tactics that are really needed in our independent agency world right now.
Perfect. Okay. So you hired someone. That's awesome.
Yes.
And that's what we're seeing more and more of. Agencies are hiring either a producer so the principal can take on the marketing aspect, or perhaps hiring a marketer themselves. All right. So tell us, once you made that switch, you hired a producer to help you with your book, and you took on the marketing. What happened? Tell us what happened. What did you start to do?
Well, first of all, it became fun to come to the agency again. We had so much fun. I had a lot of fun because we got to see growth. We saw policies in force go up by 6%. We saw revenue go up nearly 15%. We saw referrals triple and double over the course of 18 months, and we saw a 4-point retention lift just by starting to communicate with our clients. And that was really key, is that's what the marketer does, is starts to increase the amount of communications that are going out, meaningful communications that are going out to your existing client base and even prospects.
So perfect. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting the computer set up with questions in front of me. So here, we've got those. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, great. So then how did you dedicate time? So what we hear time and time again is that agencies, principals, whomever just don't have time. What was your methodology for making the time or spending time on these efforts to grow the agency?
It was making that dedication to hire someone. And in my case, it was to free me up so that I could do this marketing for most of the time, but for most agencies, it's definitely going to be taking that dedication or becoming dedicated to marketing and knowing what that return on investment will be by hiring a marketer to come in to your agency. As we have studied, we do a survey of the top 240 fastest growing agencies out there in our Safeco world, and 56% of them have someone dedicated to marketing in their agency. So that's no coincidence right there that they're growing so fast because of the actions that they've taken to hire somebody to do this marketing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's share. So I think we need to share why was the marketer development program created? What was the precipice, or what led to really this group of folks from both the Bricks and Clicks, which is our digital marketing arm, as well as Customers for Life, the relationship marketing. What led to all of us coming together to build this strategic program?
Yeah, so I've been with this from the beginning. Back when I was an agent, I was introduced to a lot of marketing tactics from Safeco, but it was ready, set, go, and go do it on your own. It evolved over time by the creation of the Customers for Life team and marketing coaches like Kathy and myself. But being able to, the questions that we would get were always like, what's my marketer going to do for me? Even though, we had certain tactics and things, you obviously have to have a website, you have to start communicating. But as an agency principal, the agency principal has to understand what that marketer is going to do for them, and that was the birth of the marketer development program. We have programs to help develop producers, we have programs to help develop CSRs, but what about this marketer role? How can we create a program that can teach dedicated marketers all the ins and outs of what they need to do to make that agency just rock and roll and grow?
Right.
So,
right. Yeah. Fantastic. So this has been our first year. We kicked off the program in January of 2018. So we're wrapping up our first year. It's gone absolutely fantastic. So we're appreciative of all of the agents who have sent their marketers our way. We're hearing some great things because of it. So a lot of times we hear, Molly, from agents as we're out in the field is, I don't know how to find a marketer. So I don't know where, I don't know what to look for. Can you tell us a little bit about, who is the best candidate for marketing, and how do I find that marketer, and what skills should they have?
Sure. So we do have a hiring toolkit that's available on safeconow.com that you can download with some basic tips on how to find these people. But really what we're looking for in this role is somebody that's dedicated to marketing, that is not producing on the side possibly. They're not the receptionist, especially for this position or to go through this course for the marketer development program. We want them dedicated to marketing. We want them to be a self-starter. We want them to be outgoing. And in fact, we've worked with psychologists at First Person to create a marketer assessment that is available to you, to all of our Safeco agencies at a very low fee. It's $25 per assessment. And these psychologists have pinpointed the type of personality of the person that's going to be great for this marketing role. So definitely we've created those tools. They're ready for you out there to administer to these people to see if, hey, is this the right fit for this role? But then also it's up to you to make sure that this is the right fit for your agency too. So you want them to be able to be storytellers and tell your story.
Yeah. So with this program, would it benefit a producer or would it benefit an agency principal? I know I get that question quite a bit. I'm an agency principal, I want to go through this program, or I have a producer I want to put through this program. Are they the right candidates for this
not
program?
for this particular program. Now we do have offerings through our Safeco marketing workshops, on our Bricks and Clicks page, on our Customers for Life page. There's a plethora of information that we provide for people that want to learn about these methods that are both either a producer or an agency principal. But this position or this program was geared solely towards an employee of the agency that's dedicated to marketing, pretty much full time. The reason being is that I know what it's like to be an agency principal. You cannot devote 100% of your time towards marketing. So you can get that help from the person. As a producer, what's that producer going to do if they have a deadline to meet with marketing, or they have a deadline to write a $10,000 account? What are they going to do?
$10,000 account.
Yeah, so, which is great. We want them to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for this program, we're teaching dedicated marketers on how to grow the agency.
Yeah. So what I think is also cool with this program is that the marketer needs to partner with a mentor within the agency, and that mentor could be the agency principal, but it could be someone else. But really, I think it's really strategic to have this mentor play a role, so they're asked to join us for a small portion of the marketer development program. Can you share what the thoughts are, why having a mentor is important to have on board?
Yeah. So I'll circle back to the question that we get so frequently is, what would my marketer do? We want to make sure that that mentor is in sync and learning the same tactics, or learning about those tactics much in a smaller level. We ask them to meet with us 45 minutes once per week during the 4-week course. But there needs to be collaboration between the agency principal or mentor. Doesn't necessarily need to be the agency principal, but they have some decision-making tasks that they need to do and work hand in hand with their marketer. Also, the agency principal and mentor can help share that story, the agency purpose. Why do they do what they do every day? They've got to be able to collaborate and share that story together. So having a mentor as part of this program is really key in implementing the tasks and the programs that we share.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm just double checking for questions. Don't forget, we're here to answer your questions, so welcome anybody who has just recently joined us. Let's see. So there is a cost to this program, right? So the cost of this program is $1,500 for the 4-week virtual class. So we do want to make mention of that it's a virtual class, so there's no travel. Your marketer doesn't need to travel anywhere. We do host this via live webinar, so they are expected to be with us, 3 days a week for 2 hours each day. There's self-study involved. As they're going through the course, we're asking them to start building and implementing the marketing program, the marketing strategy for your agency. But can you tell us the value or the potential ROI that an agency may see by investing in marketing and hiring this dedicated marketer?
Yeah,
Can you speak to that, especially from your background?
Yeah, so one of the things that Kathy just said too that I want to make a special point of is that while your marketer or while this person is in the 4-week course, they are, yes, in webinars with us doing some self-study, but they're actively implementing these revenue generating activities live those weeks that they're being taught. So the agency doesn't have to wait for these things to be implemented. They're doing it right now. So I think that is really key and just a special piece of this program. As far as the return on investment, the things that we teach are things that will drive growth, whether it's through referrals, whether it's through retention tactics, prospecting, cross-selling, all of those sorts of things are taught here. So to give a sense of numbers, since I am a numbers person, I love numbers so much. I am a numbers nerd. She calls me a numbers nerd all the time. But I love numbers. I want to know, as my agency principal background was, hey, guess what? If you're going to have me do something like this, I kind of want an estimate of what am I going to get out of it. This is what we've been able to study, is that agencies that implement referral programs typically see a revenue lift of around 7% over the course of the year. Tying that with a communication program, I will say we teach about communication programs because the average agency right now is communicating 1 time per year to their clients. It's not enough. We have to do more. Cross-selling tactics alone, 4.5 points of revenue lift by just cross-selling, and we teach some segmentation cross-selling tactics as well. And then what we've studied over the course of many years, that retention lift based on increasing your communication, sharing who you are, sharing your community involvement, having that referral program, updating your website so that it actually has people that are in your agency. You know, your social media posts are much more interactive. They're not boring safety tips. They're the agency dog or something. I don't know, but we've seen a 1.5 retention lift over the year too. So adding that all up, if you add that up, 13% revenue lift over the course of a year by dedicating time to marketing.
Perfect. Yeah, good. Okay, so I've got a couple questions coming in. So Molly, I'm going to switch to these questions here. So let's see. How do I hire a marketer or find someone to help out? Should I just assign work to the people in the office, or how does that? I guess that goes back to the question of hiring that dedicated marketer. So you might have somebody in your agency that's really interested in marketing, and maybe they want to transition into that role. So that's great. You already know that person. There's other places that you can look for these people fresh out of college. You can hire some interns. You can, we really want this to be a permanent position in the agency.
There's all sorts of places. You can even send out a notice to your own client base. They know your agency.
Yeah.
Maybe they can be a prospect for you as well. So,
Exactly.
I'm not a huge fan of just assigning work to people to assign it. Make sure that they have that passion to help others grow in your agency.
Tell the
I think
agency
that's-
to their voice.
I think that's key,
Yeah.
telling the voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they need to have a passion to help
Yeah.
others
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yep. So here's a great question from Brett. So if we pay for the course, do we have access to go back and view it again in the future?
Yeah, so we do.
Good question.
Yeah, that is a really great question. So currently we do the live webinars. It is a requirement that those people are on those live webinars. Associated with those webinars are job aids and basically kind of a condensed version of what they've learned that is definitely downloadable. You can save that forever. You can reference it forever. The tools and the tactics, the links, those are all there for the participant to download and save.
Yep. Yep.
How
Take
long
with
is
them.
it?
Yep.
Take with
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
sure.
A great
Yeah.
question. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I think we answered those that have come in. So this is all about hiring a marketer, dedicated marketer. Gosh, what else can we share with these folks about the program? I think we've answered quite a bit. We've dedicated marketer. It's virtual. How we help the agencies grow.
We have 2 more sessions left this
Yes,
year as
perfect.
well.
Yep.
We have a session coming up September 17th.
17th?
Yeah, like September 17th. We have a few seats available. I would love one of you,
Yeah.
5 of you. We have just a few, but I would love any of you to
Yeah.
come and join us.
Yeah.
Registration deadline is next week. So check with, and you to sign up, you would check with your territory manager. They would be the ones that would be able to set you up. A couple other things that I would mention too is that there may be discounts available for you. We did say it's $1,500, but there may be discounts. Talk to your territory manager about that. We've gotten a lot of questions today about hiring a marketer. What does Safeco do, Kathy, to help offset the costs of hiring a marketer?
Absolutely. So we do have a loan available. So for qualifying agencies, we do have a loan, based on, is it written? The written premium for the calendar year.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. So, and it's up to a 36-month loan. So you have 18 months where you can take advantage of the loan and then another 18 months to pay it back. So that's a fantastic way. If you for agency finances is bring on that loan because this person will help pay for themselves in the long run.
Yeah, it just shows the dedication that Safeco has. We believe that hiring a marketer is one of the best things that you can do right now to grow your agency.
Exactly.
So we offer that loan. Check with your territory manager on that as well. There is loan forgiveness built in on this as well. So there are some qualifying factors for that, but average loan amount's about $20,000. If you want that loan forgiveness, written premium of about $300,000 over that 3-year period.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. It's
No.
free money out there, you guys.
Yeah,
Take
exactly.
advantage of that if you qualify, but again, talk to your territory manager on that. That can really open the door to get that marketer in.
Okay. So another question that's come through: what type of things are taught in the course?
Perfect.
Yeah. Good
Thank
question.
you, Brett.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great one. So I mentioned referral programs. We teach robust referral programs, how to run those in your agency, how that helps benefit growth and with your client base. Communication programs that are tied with that. There's a variety of communications programs, Kathy, right?
Yeah.
From
Newsletters
yeah.
to social media to blog posting, videos, all sorts of fun things that that you can do that actually help produce that growth.
Yeah, we talk about how to create a modern, robust website. We teach community involvement, charitable giving, segmentation. That's a really big one too, is how to track all of the success from this and then how to break that off into different segmentation tactics.
And tracking in general, right?
Yes.
So how to track, overall agency metrics and why it's important to know agency metrics and the health of the agency and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we definitely touch on repeatable referral sources. So client referrals are the #1 growth method for those fastest growing agencies out there. Mortgage referrals are #2. #3, cross-selling. #4, real estate. We touch them all. We talk about all of that and make sure that you have robust systems in your agencies functioning and bringing in the biz.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So great questions.
Yep.
Yeah. So we've got just a couple of minutes left, so we'll hang tight here too, see if any other questions come through. As Molly mentioned, we've got another session starting on September 17th. Just a few seats left, so we would love to fill those up with some of your marketers today. We have another session kicking off in October. Otherwise, be on the lookout for our calendar for the 2019 calendar year. So we'll host, 7 or 8 sessions throughout the calendar year. Yeah. So absolutely.
And we do limit the class to about 20 students so that there is a lot of that one-on-one interaction with the coaches. We have a variety of coaches that help with that. And once the program ends, though, too, what happens?
Oh, we're here. We're always here. So you're a marketer, even you as the mentor or the principal, you have us as, the opportunity for one-on-one coaching, consultations from us as well. So we don't just go away. We're here to help you and your marketer grow as well. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for your questions. We promised a $25 gift card to one of you that asked these questions, and we will be drawing that offline when we get off the call today, the camera, whatever it is, today. And so we will be announcing that here shortly, in a little bit. So excited that you were able to join us today. If there are any questions that pop up in the future, make sure to put them in this chat feature. You can also reach us at our agent programs at safeco.com.
Yes.
Agent programs at Safeco.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agent programs at safeco.com. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Or your territory manager. Your territory, they know how to find us too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. I don't see any other questions coming through, so I think we will wrap it for today. Appreciate your time. Brought to you by Safeco and the independent agent community. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.